Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have another Han deck gameplay for you. This one is going to be Han Green versus Sabine. If you guys missed my last Han gameplay video, please check it out. Also, please look forward. I have we hosted a May the 4th tournament today, and I recorded most of the rounds as much as I could while I was trying to play. And so I'm not in any of those, but it was table one the whole day, and I wanted to just showcase some of their local players and talk about their gameplay. So look forward to those. They will be edited and up as soon as I can. But we're going to do this video first, so let's get started. This video is actually a very good example of things to look out for when you are playing as Sabine versus Han. Because Han has such great 3-drops, they normally want to resource a card always against Sabine turn 1, which is not true against every matchup. But against Sabine, they always want to use the Han ability, as you see I do here. I use Han ability, and you got to be careful right here as Sabine as he plays the A-Wing. And right away, I play the Falcon and punish this play very, very, very hard. And for the rest of the game, it's going to be hard for Sabine to combat this, right? They should have been a little bit more careful when they summoned that A-Wing. Maybe instead to play a ground unit instead, because Millennium Falcon just shuts down everything in the space. They also could have pinged with Sabine first to avoid that ever happening. I also always want to go second on Han, and to pseudo go second, I could just pass with the initiative, make the Sabine ping me, then I use Han ability to ramp, and then I'm like, hey, if he plays a space unit, I go to space. If he plays a ground unit, and I try to play like a ground sentinel unit like Echo Base Defender. Another really cool thing about Millennium Falcon is that I get to ready the resource that I tap the resource that I destroy with Han. So he pretty much has, no cost the turn that we use for Han, which is really hard for Sabine now, right? They can't really be playing any spaceships because they have to deal with this Millennium Falcon, and it just becomes a very, very hard game for them. I just play a solid unit, a 3/4 Ezra. Really like this card, gives you so much value, also has great stat line. He's not playing ECL, but if he was, 4 health on 3 is pretty hard to deal with. And look at this is very brutal for him. He's playing a card that actually just dies to Ezra without me even losing my unit. And it's going to be just really rough for him to recover. I'm at 28 just from his Sabine pinging me twice. We're feeling pretty good, right? We've only taken 2 damage. If you guys are wondering about, when to resource with Han against Sabine in general, again, I would probably only do it on the first turn of the game. If you do it too many times, you're just going to run out of cards. But the first turn of the game is really crucial for just playing a 3-drop and trying to get a value trade right when the game starts. Because if it does happen, as you'll see in this game, it becomes very, very easy to navigate Sabine as the Han deck. We sadly get a miss off Ezra. It's home 1. A little bit too expensive in this matchup, so we just ship it away and send it to the graveyard. He starts off with the ping, which I do like as a Sabine player. I think that you like seeing things a little bit later. And now I'm playing the Echo Base Defender, so I have a Sentinel unit out on a Sabine turn. I still have my Falcon. It's just not a really good day for this Sabine deck. I do have game 2 as well that I'll be showing, and that game is a little bit closer than this one and showcases some of the cool things that Han can do throughout the game. And here's just me dealing damage with my Falcon. It's already on the field. Might as well get it in there, right? This is hard for the Sabine player because swinging into the Defender, I just feel like Defender does so good into Sabine. Oh, that's a pretty good play with the Fleet Lieutenant. But, his Sabine goes to 1 left. So pretty easy to kill. I go ahead and grab the initiative. He gets to play a couple units. I'm not very worried though, because you know, I am at 5 resources, so I do have the option this turn of bringing out Han. This would be another opportunity, I guess, when Han versus Sabine, of when you want to use his resource effect. So we're looking at turn 1, and then possibly on this turn. The only scary part about doing it on this turn is since my opponent's playing yellow, he could play like a tap down effect. So, you know, we might not be able to play a 7-drop if that's what we were going for this turn. So do be careful. If your opponent has open resources, whenever you're trying to use Han effect, and then hope that you can also attack with Han in that same turn, just make sure that you're not getting bamboozled. So I attack his Greedo, and why do I attack Greedo there? You know, you could say because Greedo has an effect that to deal 2 damage, so I don't have any other units on the board, so I'm avoiding that. Technically, everything on his field does 3 damage. Killing Sabine, while could seem right, when you kill Sabine, it actually gets to do damage as a leader. So if Sabine's only doing 3 damage every turn, and you have the option of killing another 3-drop, you should kill the other 3-drop. This is a slight misplay by me, just taking my own logic, because yes, if I was only going to kill 1 unit here, it would definitely be the Fleet Lieutenant, but I ended up following this up with a Han Solo. I do remember doing this, with a 7-drop Han Solo from my hand. So my leader Han Solo took an extra damage. It's a little misplay. It's not going to matter really in this matchup, but you know, some of those points do matter in the future. But let's say, you know, for a second, let's pause for a second, and let's say that like the Fleet Lieutenant was the only thing I'm attacking. Again, I think it's right to kill the Fleet Lieutenant and not Sabine Leader, because both those things are doing 3 damage. But when Sabine returns to the leader, it gets to do an additional 1. So you want to, you know, keep the Sabine Leader actually as a unit a little bit longer if it has equal power to the other thing you're killing. So do keep that in mind when you play this matchup. And as you can see now, I'm at 14. You know, so we're actually in 3-4 cause lethal range. It's very unlikely, but it actually is how Sabine does win this matchup, is they play 3-4 causes, I believe in. But really nothing you could do about that. So right now I'm just like getting rid of 2 cards. Always make sure to check your resources, because, you know, we do play home 1, and we might be bringing something back one day. So as you saw, I put 2 spaceships down there. Maybe if I get to home 1 this game, which probably not likely, but you know, if I do get to home 1 this game, those will help me out. He gets his damage in. We're at 11. We're at effective 10 because he can still Sabine Leader. So we're a little bit worried, but we also have 10 damage on the board right now, and he has 24 remaining life. So we could look to start threatening this man's life total. See me playing with my cards there. Ooh, he plays Spark of the Rebellion. And he eliminates my Falcon, which makes a lot of sense. Not only can that threaten his Falcon, but I could also get in another 3 points of damage. You know, but now we still have our Sentinel on the ground, so we're pretty much super winning on the ground. We have no threats there, so if he can, you know, he'd want to be playing more spaceships to try to threaten us. But as you guys might notice, is that even with the Sabine ping here and going to 10, if I play any unit, I'll have 3 attacks next turn, and he will go kaput. And I just play out my whole hand. So now what, we have 7, 11, 17 damage. That's a lot. So the Sabine player needs to kill me with 3 actions. And because he's going to 6 resources, I do think that's impossible, even if he had double for a cause, because he has to pay 1 for Millennium Falcon. So not looking great. Looks like he forgot to pay 1, but I'm sure we'll remind him. There we go. We do Ezra first, just in case we get something that can help us. And we do get a crazy hit. We get a Fleet Lieutenant, which actually speeds up our lethal by one whole action. Which means even if he did have the resources for double four cause, he would be losing. Another great showcase of Ezra's potential. Ooh, he has Chewbacca. That's a cool card. I play a Waylay, hard to see there, and you know that is all she wrote, right? Um, the Chewbacca is actually a really cool card to play in Sabine because it can really help you in the mirror match when you just lay it down because your opponent needs to get through it. But every time they attack it, it gets to untap and you get to put more damage onto your opponent. So it's, you know, catch 22 for your opponent, and that's why you see the Sabine come out right there. Sabine, the Chewbacca come out right there. It is a pretty cool mirror tech card. But yeah, you see the power of Ezra right there, just action sequencing. That's why I really, really like this card, being able to do two things in one action, especially like, what is that? You know, 6-9 damage. Like, that is very explosive and can really help you in tight spots. Well, guys, like I said, this was game one. We're going to upload game two probably tonight. If not tomorrow morning, and then we're gonna get to all of the games that were played at my locals. And you know, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and if you're local, I really love hearing all the support. I appreciate you guys, and if you want to see anything or, you know, hear me say anything, just let me know. And as always, guys, my faded hands, peace.